Hi there, Sama. My name is Ellen, and I will be correcting this essay for you today. Let's take a look at what you have written. The topic is ex-prisoners who have become good citizens. So let's see what you had to say about this topic. Nobody could deny the fact that crime is prevalent today severely, and it would be detriment to both society and people. However, punishment of the crime could have enormous advantage for prisoners to be effective human and aware people about the consequence of these actions. I strongly agree with this opinion for reasons that I shall illustrate in this essay. Okay, so I definitely see some good things in this introduction. You have the right idea about how an introduction should be constructed. So you've introduced the topic, you've brought in this element of controversy, of debate, and then you've really clearly laid out your position. The problem that I see with this introduction is that there are numerous errors with grammar and vocabulary. And so what that does is it creates some incoherence, and that's where the problem is, okay? So I want to try to correct some of these errors. Let's see what I can do. Nobody could deny the fact that crime is prevalent today, and it severely, and it is a detriment to both society and people. However, punishment of the crime, how about this? Punishment of crime could have an enormous advantage for prisoners to become effective, and make people aware about the consequence of these actions. So, what I've done is I've corrected some of the grammar. However, as you might see, even though I've done that, it doesn't really clearly rephrase the topic, okay? So, even with the grammar corrected, we still have to make some changes here. You need to get to the point of the essay and what this dilemma is, what this controversy is, what the issue is at hand, and then express your position. So it's not so much that crime is a problem and it is a detriment. That's not the issue here. So this was a little irrelevant. What you want to be talking about instead is the fact that ex-prisoners frequently are improved through prison, and this makes them the best people who can warn and caution youngsters about the dangers of a life of crime. Okay? And then, however, some people think that this is a dangerous undertaking, okay? Or this is a measure that has some danger involved in it. And then you can say, I strongly believe they are, in fact, the best people to talk to youngsters about crime. And I will express the reasons for my opinion in this essay. So that's how you could have done this. Let's move on, okay? First of all, comma, committing crime and punishing people for it will rehabilitate their behavior, and they will think twice about their actions before doing any wrong actions. I don't like actions, but I'm trying to fix the grammar. In addition, this will deter them from doing them again in the future. Secondly, although encouraging minor punishment like sentencing and community service could be beneficial for both the offender and community, criminals feel they are still worthy and they need their services and their life will not ended. Furthermore, help society with jobs that need more manpower, for example, in factories that had shortage in employee to be more productive. In addition, it will provide them with money and job they may need in the future. All right. So, Sana, what I'm seeing here is that there are a lot of grammatical mistakes, and I'm not entirely certain that you've understood what they're asking you. Okay? So, I kind of feel like this paragraph is about why prison is good. So you said it helps prevent them from doing crimes. It prevents them from doing them in the future. They get a job in factories or in other areas that have a shortage of manpower. So that's not what this is about. This is about something totally different. So you commit a crime, you go to prison, and you come out a better person. You become a productive member of society, and so then they then ask you, could you talk to young people about crime so that they can learn from your mistakes and not commit crime? So, is that the best way to prevent teenagers from committing a crime? That's what this is about, and that's what you should be talking about. Why ex-prisoners are the best people to convince young people they shouldn't do crimes, or why they're not the best people. So this, for me, besides the fact that I had a lot of problems with grammar, it wasn't really on topic. Let's look at your next paragraph. The folk, especially teenagers, should know and have appropriate knowledge about crimes from people who had taken in this experience and being in prisons for a sufficient period because they are not mature enough and did not know the right and wrong action that could affect their community in extended years. All right, so Sana, there's a few problems with this paragraph. The first problem is that it's just one sentence. It's not enough to have one sentence in a paragraph. A paragraph essentially needs to have several different components. It needs to have a strong topic sentence, which explains what the paragraph is about. It needs to have at least one main idea, which supports the topic sentence. Sometimes it has two. And then each of those main ideas needs to have support. Something that explains, something that gives an example, something that further develops those two main ideas. Okay? And then what we also recommend is that you summarize all of this with a sentence that leads back to that topic sentence. So it's basically a mirror. It essentially is a rewriting of that first sentence. So this here, apart from being grammatically rather inaccurate, it's not a paragraph that has any of those features I just mentioned. It really needs a lot of work. Okay? It's just one sentence. It needs to be broken down. It's really something I think it's best not to correct just because it really is just fraught with different things that we have to look at. So let's just move on from there and go to your conclusion. But the takeaway is that this isn't really a paragraph that is appropriately structured. To conclude, punishment of the crime could have many pros for both criminals and society that will help to deter the future crime and serve countries from bad actions. Okay, so Sana, this isn't really what the essay is about. It's not about the positives of punishment. It's about whether the people who have spent time in prison are the best people to talk to teenagers and tell them that crime is the wrong way to go. That's what this is about. Okay? So I'm seeing here that this is actually an off-topic response. And when that happens, your task achievement score is going to be really rather low. Okay? So this would probably get a below a 6 for for grammar, because there was a lot of language that wasn't really clear. It created some difficulties to understand what you were trying to say. But judging from your conclusion, it's an off-topic response, and that's where you're really going to find that your score will be below a 6 for sure, because it's not what the essay asked you to talk about. Okay, so this for me shows that you need a lot of work in improving your language skills first, and then you can do that together with IELTS preparation, or you can focus first on your language skills and improving them, and then when you get to a level that is more appropriate for a higher IELTS score, then you can begin IELTS preparation. Okay, so I hope that information is helpful. I hope it gives you some things to think about, but definitely work on improving some of those English language skills, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future. Good luck.